Radio and beyond. Say Beltway Radio and beyond. What? Beltway Radio and beyond. Say Beltway Radio and beyond. What? Beltway Radio and beyond. Say Beltway Radio and beyond. What? Beltway Radio and beyond. Say Beltway Radio and beyond. What? Beltway Radio and beyond. Say Beltway Radio and beyond. What? Beltway Radio and beyond. Radio and beyond. Say Beltway Radio and beyond. What? Beltway Radio and beyond. Say Beltway Radio and beyond. What? Beltway Radio and beyond. Say Beltway Radio and beyond. What? Beltway Radio and beyond. Say Beltway Radio and beyond. What? Beltway Radio and beyond. Say Beltway Radio and beyond. What? Beltway Radio and beyond.
Yo, what's good? You are rocking with the best. It is 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And you know what time that is. It is Conversation with Comedians on Beltway Radio and beyond. What's happening? As always, I'm your host, Mr. Perspective, Doug Bennett, and I am joined in the lab remotely by my engineer extraordinaire, B. You look like you in an insane asylum or something, bro. Like you honestly look like you for real. Where you like literally that is the plainest wall ever. Where are you at?
I am at home.
And you ain't got not nan picture in your house.
No, I don't need any other distractions. So
why is a picture a distraction, B? Please, I want to know.
Depends on my pictures, So
that's probably because all your pictures is with porn stars, because you still don't want to take your boy with you to an AVN in DC. But we ain't gonna get into that though. We ain't gonna get into that because we got enough stuff to talk about. But we ain't gonna get into that. That's the reason why. Sitting up in that joint looking like you in the basement. That shit crazy. What's up with you? How was your weekend, dog?
Still in a way festive because today's my birthday.
Oh, snap. Happy birthday to B. What up, man? Yeah. So how old are you?
I am officially 51.
The fuck you mean officially 51? What does that even mean? Officially 51?
Well, some people, wait till like some time frame, it's like, when
the time frame is called your birthday. Right. Those 24 hours. Please, I'm trying to figure that out because men don't have the luxury that women have. Women can be 25 times after they turn 25. Okay. So when you say officially 51, are you going according to men's years or are you going according to women's years?
Men's years, of course.
Okay, because whatever pronoun you identify with, I ain't gonna, I'm just saying, officially 51 now. Yes. You look good for 51. I'm gonna be real with you. 51 in 2023 ain't the same 51 when out in like 1993. No. When we had people that was 51 and 93, it was like they look like Methuselah. They really and truly did. Yeah. It was like I'm gonna tell you right now, man. I went to church with people who were 51, and it looked like they came down from the mountaintop. It really, it looked like they came. How did it say in Ten Commandments? And he came down from the plains of Moab, looking the mountain of Nebo, and he looked out over his people's affliction. It's like, God dang, bro.
That old?
Yes. Like, think about it, man. Every single time Moses was in the presence of the Lord, he grew like 100 years. Like, that's exactly how people back in the 90s and early 2000s, when they was 50, that's exactly how they looked. The only thing they was missing was a Hebrew cloth, a staff, and 10 commandments. That was all they was missing. So you look good for 50, man. What would now that you in not a half a century is now that a half a century is behind you, what do you look forward to knowing that you only have about 5 to 10 years left?
Let's see. Meeting Lisa Ann again. Let's put it that way. Start with that.
So you're gonna spend so you're gonna spend the next 5 to 10 years in sin and lust. I mean, that's the best way to go. That's the best way to go.
Yes.
The best way to go.
So
that joker said, I want to spend the next 5 to 10 years chasing that initial high. I want to find Lisa Ann again. That joker didn't say for the first time. No, he said again. So what else? Like now that you seriously, because a lot of people always talk about when they see this, is there such a thing as a midlife crisis? Like, really?
I think for some, yeah. I have not reached there because there are certain things that I haven't done that most people my age have done.
Like die?
Like what?
Die?
Well, besides that, but I mean, it's like for those who've been married for, let's say, 20 plus years or so, and they always feel like they need to be young again and all that stuff. That's why they go out more. They change their look and buy fake cars that they can't afford and all that stuff.
Well, you would actually be going in reverse because most people, when they get older, they cut their hair off. So you gonna start growing yours?
No, because I'll end up looking like George Jefferson. So
you got the cul-de-sac.
Yes, I do.
I'm gonna tell you right now, bro, that is the lamest thing ever to see. Listen, all my viewers out there, if you know somebody or you are the culprit, the cul-de-sac culprit, give it up.
Yes.
It's all terrible.
Yes.
Oh my God, man. That cul-de-sac.
Yeah. I mean,
the only person that can get away with a cul-de-sac is the late, great Sherman Hemsley.
Mm-hmm.
George Jefferson is the only person that can get away with a cul-de-sac, because if you're a cul-de-sac, if you got a cul-de-sac, then that gives off stalker vibes. Mm-hmm. Like you're a person that don't know when to let it go. Mm-hmm. Like for all my women out there, if any dude hollers at you with a cul-de-sac, he is a stalker in training. Mm-hmm. That means he does not know how to let the relationship go once you break up with him. I'm just letting y'all know. I'm letting y'all know. So if you deal with a nigga with a cul-de-sac, it's your fault. And everything that happens afterwards is all on you.
So, but all in all, everything's been, I went to New Japan Wrestling this past Saturday. I worked there, actually.
Where is New Japan Wrestling?
Well, besides Japan, but they visited. They were on a tour, 2-day tour. Their first stop was DC, and last night they were in Philly. So,
okay.
So I got to work one of the DC show, and that was very entertaining. A very lively crowd, hard hitting. If you want a good alternative from WWE wrestling, New Japan Wrestling is a good alternative. And yesterday I pretty much hung out with my sister, and
you really love your family.
I try. And
nigga said I try. Like it's a burden.
Yeah.
Like it's a burden.
And pretty much try to finish up my taxes. Let's put it that way.
Finish up your taxes.
Yep.
So I know what happens at 50. You start getting Alzheimer's. Nigga, your taxes should have been done like 3 months ago.
Yeah, of course. But
well, ain't that the pot calling?
So,
I ain't gonna lie. That's the pot calling the kettle a dark ass color, because my taxes ain't done either.
Yes.
I need to hurry up and get my shit done before they try to do me like Ron Isley. And I'm sitting there, and I'm between the sheets in a correctional facility or some shit like that.
Yeah, right next to Wesley Snipes.
Hell yeah. And I can't go to jail. I'm telling that right now. I wear glasses, I got big lips, and I use fabric softener when I wash clothes. I can't go to jail. I'll be somebody bitch real quick. Hey, Doug, why didn't you use no bounce in my shit? My bad, Leroy. I got you. My bad, Leroy. Man, I just got finished doing the show, man. Shout out to Dwayne Comedy. Shout out to Dwayne White Comedy. I hosted a show on Friday, and then a couple weeks ago I was in Columbus, and now I got a show in Richmond coming up. So I'm actually getting some work in, and then next month is all graduation months. I got a niece graduating from college, 2 nephews graduating from high school, a younger niece that's graduating from kindergarten. So okay,
time out. I never understand the fact of graduating from kindergarten or middle school. I understand graduating from high school. I understand graduating from college, but graduating from kindergarten to me is like, why do
a participation trophy?
Huh?
It's a participation trophy. Listen, I'm gonna tell you right now, I have no problem with graduating from high school with kindergarten. I have no problem with it, because my thing is start them off on the right track. And if they somehow don't make it through high school, we can always look back to that cap and gown when you was 5. Sometimes I'm gonna tell you right now, in this day and age, you got to take what you can get from these damn kids. You got to take what you can get. Now, I have no doubt that my little niece is gonna graduate from high school, but just in case, we can look back and see what was. Just in case. How my nigga Jaheim say, just in case you don't make it to that stage, I'm gonna keep this kindergarten picture. That's exactly what we're gonna do. Oh man, but let's get into the show, man. Ding dong, the witch is dead. Daniel Snyder has agreed in principle to sell the Washington Commanders. Yes. He has sold the Washington. He is going to sell the Washington Commanders in principle now. In principle, which pretty much means a handshake and take my word for it, because we know billionaire white men in America are the most honest people in the world. So he plans on selling it to Josh Harris, who is a billionaire who owns the Philadelphia 76ers and the New Jersey Devils. And he has agreed in principle to selling it for $6 billion. I'm gonna tell you right now, this is how you know white billionaires have a cheat code in America. Only Daniel Snyder, only in America can you buy a team for $500 million. They don't win shit during your tenure. Not only do they not win shit, but you yourself is mired in more controversy than Vince McMahon in the WWE, and get to sell the team for $6 billion. That is 12 times as much as you bought it for. God damn, only in America, baby. This is where we need Don King to say, only in America. Only in America can this gentrification clitorius. Remember when Don King used to use them dumb words?
Yes.
I'm serious, man. This is crazy. What have we won since Daniel Snyder has owned this squad?
A lot of off-season shit that no one cared about.
I'm serious. I remember being a kid at RFK. They actually sold nachos. When you went to them and said, hey, can I have nachos with cheese? They gave you nachos with cheese. You go to FedEx Stadium and ask them for nachos with cheese, these motherfuckers give you a bag of nacho cheese Doritos.
Damn.
They do. The stadium,
so cheap.
The stadium is terrible, bro. The stadium is terrible. They talk about FedEx. FedEx, what they need to do is they need to FedEx some new seats, FedEx some new parts. If not, call it Amazon Prime Stadium. Maybe we can get shit faster. Because a FedEx Stadium, bro, have you been there?
I've been there a few times, yeah.
Tell me that joint ain't beat down and broke down.
I haven't been there recently. Let's put it that way. I got there in the.
When was the last time you was there?
When I went with my father, when he was able to come out. It was over a decade ago. So,
trust me, ain't shit changed in 10 years.
Yeah,
ain't shit changed.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't shit. And what's so bad about it is that's the last place that you and your father, that Luther Vandross song, that's where you got to dance with your father again at a broke down stadium, watching us get our asses whipped.
Well,
I'm gonna tell you right now.
I was supporting the Ravens, so I was fine.
Good. You want to know what's so bad about Washington? I used to watch it on Fox, and I'd be like, damn, boy, we a loyal fan base. You want to know what they do? Them niggas put 10 people in one section and get a close-up of them, and then get those other 10 people to move to another section and get a close-up of them, and get those 10 people to move to another section and get another close-up of them. The only reason why people can't tell that they the same 10 people is because they switched them in different positions. So it'll be a black person, a white person, an Asian person. Then they'll switch them to the end zone. It'll be an Asian person, a white person, and a black person. Then they'll switch them over to the visitor side. It'll be a white person, a black person, an Asian person. It'll all be the same 3 people. All be the same. It'll be DeAndre, Tom, and Ho Chi. And they'll sit up there and they will switch their damn order so it makes it seem like there are more people there. I figured that shit out once I got there. Once I got there, I was like, yo, there's so many seats available. I was like, who comes fashionably late to a game where the outcome is already decided? We're going to lose. I just can't wait, man. I can't wait. And then on top of that, he owns the 76ers. Maybe he can get Joel Embiid to be like one of our receivers or some shit like that in the offseason. So that way Sam Howell can just throw it up. He ain't got to have no accuracy whatsoever. Just throw it up to 7'1" Joel Embiid. All we do is just run go routes. That's all we do. Just run go routes.
Well, honestly, this doesn't help me come back. I mean, I feel like no, I'm not a fan of being a fan of multiple teams anymore. I tried it, and like I say, once Daniel Snyder got rid of Marty Schottenheimer after his first and only year as head coach, I was pissed. I was like, no, you don't do that to.
That's what turns you off from the Redskins.
Oh, completely. That made, because the things he was doing in those first 3 years of him owning the team, him getting all these, aging veterans and all that stuff. I mean, he was playing fantasy football, and he kept saying, I'll never forget, his term was his main objective was, we're just one player away from, because that's what happened in '99 when they were in the divisional playoffs and they lost to the Buccaneers, and they were just one play away. So they figured, and that was his thing from that point.
But the bad thing about it was, even if we was one player away, he kept getting the wrong fucking player.
That's exactly, yes. Got the wrong player, then ended up getting the wrong coaches, ended up getting just, everything was just falling up. From that point on, it was ridiculous. And honestly, it's like, I just felt like my heart, passion, or whatever for that team is just like, nah, gone.
God damn, you getting real poetic there, Edgar Allan Poe.
Yes.
That's
Nevermore.
That's the reason why you root for the Ravens, nevermore.
Yes, nevermore.
I'm going to tell you right now, man, real talk, Daniel Snyder, and you know what? I came to this revelation the other day. I don't know what it is about DC sports, but we have some of the most incompetent leadership ever. We really do. Like, I want you to think about this. We win the Stanley Cup back in 2019?
Yeah.
And we don't re-sign none of the motherfuckers that won except for Ovechkin.
No, some were re-signed. Others, some.
No. We let the coach go.
The coach left on his own. Yeah, on his own.
No, it's because you refused to pay him.
No, he was going to get paid. He just wanted out.
I wonder why. I want who listen, dog. Who wins a championship and say, you know what? I'm gonna go elite. Nobody does that.
Hey, this one did.
That's like Mary and Holly Berry back in the 90s and say, you know what? Never mind, they did. All right. No, yeah, they did. They did cheat on her. Never mind. My bad, Holly. My bad. That was a bad analogy. I'm gonna think of another one. Okay. The World Series. We won the World Series. What do they do?
That team, let's put it this way. That 2019 Nats lucked out. I mean, they were really a bad team until something turned around by midseason, and everything went all right from there. But that point on, I mean, honestly, it's like their number one pitcher. His arm has been broken.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with Strasburg, man. He always injured.
Yeah.
You think he just had his official 50th birthday?
Yes. And then Matt Scherzer, he's gone because they couldn't afford him. And now, as everyone knows, the Lerners are trying to sell the team. So, and everything.
How the hell can't you afford them? In the U.S. Treasury here?
The building, yes, but the money's somewhere else.
Nigga, who cares? Listen. How do you not afford somebody? We are in the capital, bro. Money.
Well,
how can you not afford? Doesn't winning bring more revenue?
That's in theory. If you think about it, perfect example is the Florida Marlins. With their 2 World Series, they had a fire sale the next season because they could not afford the guys that they had. But I mean, it's like normally you figure it's like, hey, let's try to defend the titles that we won. They couldn't afford it because most of those owners are cheap.
Nigga, they are literally 90 miles off the coast of Baseball Central, which is the Dominican Republic and Cuba. How in the hell can you not go down there and find another prodigy?
Hey, you got to develop. It takes time to develop, and that's why the Yankees snatch him up and pay him too much.
You got the game twisted. Those jokers are born like 14 years old. Like, man, shit. I'm going to tell you right now, Derek Jeter gave up too soon. I would have taken my yacht down to the Dominican Republic, got them all fake birth certificates, and brought them up here. Them jokers would have looked at me and they'd be like, we might as well call them the DR Marlins. I'm serious. You would have literally had to have Duolingo to sit up there and come to a game, bro. I was serious, man. I've never understood that. And then don't let me get started on the damn Wizards. Oh my God.
The Buzzards? I call them the Buzzards because whenever they're
terrible.
Yeah. Honestly, for them, it's they have to break this Wes Unseld legacy stuff. I've always felt that Mark Jackson is a head coach that really never got his full due, and
of course not. The Warriors are what they are because of Mark Jackson. Period.
Yeah. So I would rather had him as being our head coach than Wes Unseld Jr. I mean, mind you, he's okay, but if you're trying to be a contending team, you need a contending coach, and Wes is not it. He's that guy who start up a franchise, but he's not the one who will be there for the be all, the end all, unless he's really got the team to build with. And
if I'm Mark Jackson, there is no way on God's green earth I come to DC to coach these jokers, especially at this point in Bradley Beal's career. Now, if you're telling me I'm Mark Jackson and I still got a prime John Wall and Bradley Beal as my backcourt, that's different. But you're telling me I'm coming here and I got Bradley Beal who's in the waning parts of his career, man, he'll be like, listen, Mark Jackson will be like his Jackson's cousins. This is Heartbreak Hotel. It is hard. No way. I would not come here at all, bro. No way. Not like I said, if you wanted me as Mark Jackson to come here and coach the Wizards, you would have to guarantee me at least 5 years.
Yeah.
Guarantee me 5 years.
I'll do this. For starters, I would blow up this team right now. I would keep Kuzma because I think he's a cool player to build around, not Beal. I feel Beal's past. Beal is that he can go somewhere else. Porzingis, maybe keep him if he's willing to, but I need to blow this team up and have Mark Jackson bring in guys to build this team up again.
I get you.
Mm-hmm. So the way I see it, that's how I feel. It's like, that's I feel there's a lot of missed opportunities for the Wizards to do what they need to do.
I get it, man. I'm just kind of through. DC sports are so hard to really and truly support, man, because
there's alternatives. There's alternatives. You got the DC Defenders in the XFL.
What the hell are those? What the hell are they defending? Because we don't. Who are they?
The XFL team. Shoot, they had just had a sold out place.
It's easy to sell out when you only sell 120 tickets.
Well, they sold over 18,000. So, and they were at.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And that's a sellout.
Oh, it was in Audi Field.
Clarence Thomas is more of a sellout than that game was. Come on, man. It ain't going XFL. There's a reason why it's called the XFL, because I'm Xing that shit right out of my wheelhouse. I'm not going to that. The DC Defenders. The weird thing about the XFL is all of their names are mythical creatures.
Yeah, Guardians.
Yeah, of the Galaxy. Keep going.
Oh no, you're thinking of the old school. I'm thinking of the new school now. The Renegades, the Brahmas, which is based off the Rock.
Thank you. Keep going.
The Battlehawks.
And isn't one called the Seahorses?
Sea Dragons.
See, at least a seahorse is a real goddamn animal. They came with Sea Dragon.
Got to be more vicious, more extreme.
Man, they might as well. Why don't they just have the Milwaukee Minotaurs or the Cincinnati Centaurs or some shit like that? Like, not one real animal. Not one.
Viper,
at least we got
a real animal.
NFL. What they got? The Detroit Lions, the Cleveland Browns. Houston couldn't even figure no shit out. So they like, why don't we just name ourselves after the city and the state? We're the Houston Texans. Like, come on, bro. What? I think the only mythical creature they got is like in the NFL is what? The Tennessee Titans.
With your mythology, yeah.
The Tennessee Titans. And everybody saw the Clash of the Titans growing up. Shit. Derrick Henry is a goddamn Kraken. Every time they hand the ball off to that nigga, they say release the Kraken. I'm just saying, bro. DC Sports, I really hope whoever this dude Josh Harris is, he really brings us back to some sort of prominence, man, for real. Because I can't take this joint no more. I'm serious.
You'll have Magic Johnson in your corner. So
is Magic Johnson a part of that?
Yeah, he's part of that group.
Okay, well, at least we'll have complimentary AIDS testing. All right. So man, transitioning, man. Jamie Foxx is still hospitalized after a medical complication last week. According to TMZ, it was a serious enough medical issue for his family to be called in, and his daughter Corinne has been keeping people updated through social media on it. He's now communicating and things like that. Well, I guess what's getting me is I'm not a conspiracy theorist by no stretch of the imagination. Even though one thing about black people is you talk about some conspiracy theorists, boy. Black people believe in some conspiracy theory, don't we? My cousin called me the other day, and this is exactly what my cousin gonna say. They got him. They got him. I was like, who are you talking about? They got Jamie Foxx. I'm like, what do you mean they got him? Man, every single time we get somebody on top, they got. I'm like, dude, Jamie Foxx has been on top for almost 30 years. If they was going to get him, they should have got his ass after Ray. They going to wait. I was like, they know what they. Like, do you even know what happened? So there's so many conspiracy theories out there. I'm not one to subscribe to them. All I know is he had a medical complication, and he's been in Atlanta, hospitalized in Atlanta for the past week, right? Week almost. What are your thoughts on it, B? What are your thoughts on it?
I was kind of surprised. I keep seeing Jamie Foxx every time, and I'm trying to remind myself, it's like, damn, that dude is nearing 60. I mean, it's like he's still a young.
Ain't that the pot calling the kettle some old ass shit, nigga? You turning down the barrel of 6-0 yourself.
Yeah, true, but but the thing is, because I'm just reminded of where he was, being on Living Color the first time, and then growing, seeing his career grow and all that stuff, and I still envision him thinking he's still in his like mid 30s or something. He's like ageless to me. So, and to hear the fact that he had, based on what I read, he had a brain aneurysm. So, but yeah. I don't know what the full medical situation that he had, but that was one of the stories I read about it. But yeah, I just it's sad, but glad he's recovering.
They said he's communicating, and that's good.
Yeah, good. It's not many people usually with something suffered that.
Well, let's not get it twisted. Remember, Dr. Dre a couple of years ago fell to a brain aneurysm and came out. Yeah. So I mean, it's not impossible.
Yeah, it's not impossible.
It's not probable, but it's not impossible.
Right. So the thing is, though, is I mean, for them, especially Jamie, I mean, a lot of the projects he's been doing of lately, maybe is just catching up to him. Time to slow things down a little bit, because not only has like his show with his daughter, he's done movies, he's doing commercials and things of that nature. He's doing all this stuff. So, there are times where you just got to slow it down.
True. I've always been a fan of Jamie Foxx. Like, I remember the first time I actually saw Jamie Foxx was on In Living Color, growing up, man, and him playing Wanda. And I tell you this much, I've never been a fan of black men in drag, but I tell you right now, that Wanda was hilarious. And then just to see him progress, remember he was on Rock, he was George on Rock. It's just it's a shame that things like this have to happen to get you to slow down, but it also gives things like this to give you a new appreciation for life. I go on record as always saying Jamie Foxx is the most talented entertainer of my lifetime. Like, you're talking about a dude, I don't think there's nothing Jamie Foxx can't do. Even when it comes, Jamie Foxx is so talented. I've never seen a nigga have gray hair. I've never seen a nigga have gray hair. I've never seen it. And Jamie Foxx is like 55 years old. I've never seen a nigga with gray hair ever. I've never seen him have back problems, knee problems, nothing. Like, Jamie Foxx is a unicorn, bruh. Well, let me be careful about that, because the last thing we need is a XFL team called the Utah Unicorns or some shit like that. But it's sad, man. But they shut down his latest project because he was in Atlanta working on his latest project called Back in Action, and he was also doing a movie where he was getting Cameron Diaz in it. Remember, Cameron Diaz retired, and whatnot. But it was a lot going on with that production. A lot of things behind the scenes that was going on with that production. I mean, there was stories about him going ham on the crew and stuff like that and everything. So I don't know if this is a separate incident or if this all plays into it, but I really, really hope and pray for a speedy recovery for Jamie Foxx, man, because it's not. I'm not prepared for his light to go. I'm not prepared for his light to go. I believe he still has a lot more to give, even though I don't know what else he can. Because you talking about a dude who's won an Oscar, won Grammys. Like what? Like what can I think the real question is if there was a Jeopardy question, is what can't Jamie Foxx do? Like, really, what can't Jamie Foxx do, man? Because this dude is amazing. I think it's unfair that God put that much talent in one individual. I really and truly do. I'm dead serious. I'm sitting up here trying to figure out what my purpose is, and this dude, Jamie Foxx, is just choosing. Should I do an album? Should I do a movie? Should I do a television show? You know what? Let's do all three. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy, man. I'm dead serious. I wish I could choose women like that. Unfortunately.
Good Lord. Speaking of women.
Say what?
Speaking of women.
Oh, my God. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't even know how to ease into this, so let's just dive right into it. All right, man. As y'all already know, Hulu is up there. Their upcoming documentary on Freaknik is making some black folks nervous. And I don't even know how to start on this joint.
Oh no, I know how to start. It's simple.
You take it here.
Well, look, I've done spring break down in Daytona. Never did Freaknik. But I heard the stories, and in all honesty, the way I see it is like, look, this was 30 years ago. Why the fuck care? Why?
You want to know why? No. I'm not.
No, seriously.
You want to know why they care?
Why?
Because they're born again virgins, and they've all listen. These women have done nothing more than taking the Angela White route on their fast track to heaven. That's all it is. So now they're afraid that their husband's gonna be like, "Is that the reason why you so comfortable on your knees praying to God now?" That's the reason why. I'm gonna tell you right now, as somebody who's been to a Freaknik, I'm gonna tell you right now, the biggest mystery to me with Freaknik is how more people didn't turn up pregnant. Mm-hmm. Because when they call it Freaknik, like it really and truly was. I'm gonna tell you right now, one of the greatest moments of Freaknik was finding out that like hearing Cat B coming. Mm-hmm. Remember that Luke joint? Mm-hmm. I'm gonna tell you right now, man, I would give $100 to somebody who could tell me what the hell they were saying without Googling the lyrics. Because all you really and truly heard was, this is all you understood. Kept me coming, kept me coming, kept me coming, kept me coming. Roll through, brothers, hoop upside it, won't I it. That's all I understood. That was all I understood. You know, I am here looking at this ass. It got to the point, man, where you could put anything in there. If you want to teach your child they vowels, put it on Cat B coming. Cat B coming, Cat B coming. You know, I-N-A-E-I-O-U, and sometimes Y-N-It. Like, that's all it was. It was almost like Luke was having a stroke. He would have a stroke, then come out. Have a stroke, then come out. Cat B coming, Cat B coming. You know, I started doing the robot with one chick. It or I eat, you know, I'm serious. I love that song. That song is like the hymn of harlots everywhere. Mm-hmm. I'm serious. I had to take it straight biblical. That song, Cat B coming, is like the hymn of all harlots everywhere. I don't give a damn who you are or where you at. Go into a church. You want to see who has really turned their life over to God? Let the choir director play Cat B coming. Let him play it. Not Christ is coming, but Cat B coming. And watch how many people, you could have women slain in the spirit. They would literally and truly get up. Cat B coming, Cat B coming, Cat B coming. Oh, you thought that you upside it, you. And then as soon as the song stopped, they back in the spirit slain. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. There's a reason why. There's a reason why black women are scared of this shit coming out.
Well, here's the thing. You're saying a lot of black women, but I think a lot of black men too. So, but
how? Explain how.
Okay.
Explain how.
Mind you, keep in mind, the reason being Freaknik kind of like died. There's because mind you, there was
I
a
don't think it
lot of
died. I think it's hibernating. It's
Nope.
waiting to
no,
make it throughout.
because one, it during the late 90s, it got way out of hand.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So, and I mean, comparing to like the stuff that was happening, let's say, again, in Daytona Beach side, it was far worse. And of course, a lot of sexual assaults, which will probably be revealed and things like that. There was just, it was just bad. The whole premise of Freaknik being wild and fun, and mind you, it had sponsorship. BET was televising that stuff, but it got to the point
bad
where,
thing about it is now you bring up SA, man, sexual assault. So now the lyrics are gonna have to be changed from "Cap be coming" to "Cops be coming, cops be coming, cops be coming, cops be coming." Get your hands on the hood and spray. I'm telling you, bro. Telling you. I guess with me, this is my whole thing on why I don't believe Black men are really tripping off of it in this sense, because it was called Freaknik. Like, this is the thing that kills me, man. And this is the reason why, even in this day and age, where women are encouraged to explore their sexuality and take control of their sexuality, even though I don't know who the hell has it. Because whoever, I said this on a podcast last night, when women kill me with this whole "I'm taking my sexuality back," bitch, who had it? Because what I need to do is I need to find this dude who is literally holding on to various sexualities out here of women and just go and cipher through it, like pick through it, like that machine at an arcade where it got that little hand and claw that come in. They're serious. Whose sexuality do I need to take? There we go, Lisa Ann. Like, I'm just trying to figure that out, bro, because this is the reason why it's so necessary for people to be careful about the decisions that they make. Because the one thing that I've always been taught is everything in the dark, what be?
It's into the light.
It does. Everything in dark comes to light. So if you are doing something that you don't ever want to get out, maybe you should think twice about that joint, man. Because to me, there was nothing wrong with going down to Freaknik. My thing is, yo, man, how you acting down that joint? You know what I'm saying?
So, but my thing though is, this was 30 years ago for a lot of people, 30 or 35 years ago for them. And why are you worried about it now? I mean, because it's like you went there, you had your fun, it was a wild and crazy time. Okay, so I mean, is this going to really ruin your life? I mean, I just don't get it.
Yes, nigga. Yes.
How?
Okay.
Because the people can say something.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let me ask you a question. All right. How old is your mama?
She's 76.
76. You're 51. That means your mama had you when she was 25 years old.
Yeah, that's about right.
How many of us really want to hear about our mamas prior to our birth?
Pretty much
Don't worry. Let the Lord use you.
I said no, pretty much none.
None. But, you want to know why?
Okay.
Because the most dangerous thing, I'm going to tell you right now, this is and I'm going to go here, and I don't care. You want to know the most uncomfortable shit in the world? Is to sit up here and do something to a woman and know somebody did that to your mama. Think about that, bro.
Okay.
Your mama now I'm not saying your mama. I'm just saying people's mamas had their face in a pillow one day with their asses up.
Uh-huh.
And was like, smack it. Smack it again.
Too bad we don't have the
bro. Think about it.
Okay, here's the thing.
Oh, bro.
No. Here, hold on. Here's the thing. Okay. Again, this is the age group that we're dealing with. Now, mind you, having a documentary about whatever happened at that particular place in time, mind you, for some it would be nostalgic. For others, it'll be
It's gonna
surprising.
be you make it sound like a family reunion or some shit.
Hey, for some people say, "Yo, I remember that dude. Oh, I remember that chick." And all that stuff.
You want to
Trust
know why
me.
they remember that dude? Because he a preacher now.
Yeah. Yes. And the thing is like
Pastor been laying hands for a while.
right.
Pastor been filling people up with the Spirit for a while, hasn't he?
So the thing is this is why I feel like it's kind of weird for people freaking out. One, this won't come out until next year. Two, we don't know what type of footage they're going to get, because most of the footage there will probably be, those old school, home video, tape recorder type of recordings, which would be bad, grainy, and 30 years being in a videotape that's not been properly stored and captured, it's not going to look good. So
look at this, America. I want y'all to see this. Brian is such a nice guy. You don't know what you're gonna see, nigga. It's called Freaknik. I may not know what I'm gonna see, but I know what I'm not gonna see. I'm not gonna see no Bible study. I'm not gonna see no prayers. I'm not gonna see people handing out Watchtower pamphlets and final calls. That I'm not gonna see. We may not know what we gonna see, but I can damn sure guarantee you what we not gonna see. What we are gonna see, and I'm gonna tell you right now, there will at least be one scene where you gonna hear Cap B coming, you know I am coming, he is coming, she is coming, everybody coming. That's what you're going to hear. Like literally, I'm reading it right now. They said, according to News One, 3 C-suite executives and 1 judge are reportedly planning to file a lawsuit in Atlanta's federal court on the grounds that the doc is unlawful because they didn't sign any media releases.
Yeah.
What media release are you gonna sign there, Judge?
Okay, so this is where I feel like, because this question was asked earlier.
Please sign this so we can have legal representation of you shaking your ass 30 years ago.
So again, with the footage that was probably captured by an individual who is doing it just for his or her personal use only.
No, it's his. It's his.
Yeah.
It's his.
Well, hear me out. So for that person to just videotape a whole show for their own personal use, to then somehow years later sell it off without proper paperwork, proper release forms for those who are in that video recording, yeah, those ladies do have a right to challenge this. As much as tea you can be drinking, it is true. So that they do have a right to challenge.
So women who are acting improper all of a sudden want proper paperwork.
Pretty much. So here's a perfect example. I
want to. Oh, please give me this.
Perfect example. So the adult convention that you have been alluding to go to, there is signage out there throughout the entire building saying you will be recorded. There are videotapes everywhere that are not only within the building by the building, but also by individuals like news reporters and things like that. So you are being recorded because, again, this is a medial event. So that covers everything. When it goes to something like Freaknik, when it's a public place and there is the only cameras people bringing is their own video cameras. No one's signing releases. No one's signing, being on camera saying and say, yeah, it's okay to use my footage and all that, my face and all that stuff. No one's doing that. It is one person just pointing up a camera up high up top, seeing all the teen A that he can see, and then keep it moving.
Bro, the reason why he has to keep it moving is because she keeps it moving.
Right.
He hasn't stopped clapping and twerking, and I'm running out of tape. That's why I keep it moving. Because trust and believe, if we had infinity lead tape like Thanos recording, where all we had to do was keep snapping and the tape kept rolling, trust me, we would not have stopped. This is my thing right here. This is my thing. I think for all the people out there who are afraid, this is a teachable moment. I'm trying to find the teachable moment. Mommy knows what she's talking about. That's all I can say, man. I know. Hey, y'all see my grandfather, man. I love him. Rest in peace. He's an honorable reverend. But there's a reason why God saves those that which was lost. Okay? Then in the Bible, didn't the Bible say he came to save those that which was those? Wait, is that proper grammar? Those that which was. Y'all know what I'm saying? He came to find sinners. And for all of you ladies out there that was sinning, he was looking for y'all. It's just the fact of the matter. He had to look through mountains and mountains of tape to find y'all. So what I'm saying is, don't be ashamed. Don't be ashamed. Because what it shows us is that even God can reach down from his throne, pick you up in the midst of your twerking, in the midst of Cap B coming, dust you off, turn you around, place your feet on solid ground. Now, what you do when he places your feet on solid ground is solely up to you. But I just say that God is still in the blessing business. So all of these women out here, if you're ashamed, don't be ashamed. Stand up and say, yeah, that was me. Yes, I was twerking. Yes, I was clapping. Yes, I put my leg behind my head. Yes, I went to Atlanta. But guess what? God ain't through with me, and neither should you. Praise be to the Father God. Because what? You don't think that sermon would work?
Again, I want to reiterate this. 30 years ago, you were having fun. You were 19, 20, 21, 22.
Maybe
22,
some of them were 30. I think some of them were 30. I think some of them were 30. You're talking about a judge. Do you know how long law school is?
I know.
She was probably 30, 35.
Okay.
Yeah. She was probably 30,
so,
35.
But still, I feel like it is what it was. You had fun. It was part of it was a lifetime ago. I don't know why you're concerned about it. I don't. You should not care. No one should care. I think we've gotten to a point in this day and age that whatever bad thing that you did in your past may affect your present is ridiculous. I've done some things in my past that, that hasn't really affected me in my present whatsoever. So I don't really care. Yeah, I've been to several porn conventions. Look where I'm at now. I'm fine.
You're in a room by yourself. That does not look good. That does not look good after you said you've been to several porn conventions and you're right now in a room by yourself with no pictures.
Yes. So, but I get to see Lisa Ann again.
Yeah, goddamn shame. This man up in that joint, remembering his time with Lisa Ann, and there's a picture of his grandma sitting there right now looking at him.
So, but the thing is, the whole point is the fact is look, if you are so darn concerned about your past, then you should have been a hermit or a nun or a priest from the.
Did you say a priest?
Yeah, well, then again, yeah, I should have said a priest. But anyway,
did you say a priest? Because priests seem like they got freakniks all the time.
Yes, and very unwarranted ones. But I think a monk is more better than that, more suited. So the point is, it's look, you shouldn't worry about it. I really think, mind you, it'll be good entertainment for a lot of people, especially those, the younger folks is what is this freaknik? What was this? And then it's why don't we have this no more? Here's the reason.
Oh, they playing over. I guarantee you. If this Hulu documentary comes out and there isn't some sort of injunction or something to stop it, I guarantee you they will try to bring back Freaknik. I guarantee it. And if they thought it was bad then, with the sexual revolution and all this shit now, they just gonna drive down there butt ass naked. See, at least back in our day, we drove down there fully clothed and then got naked. These jokers just gonna drive down there butt ass naked. Clothing. Freaknik's new motto is gonna be clothing optional.
Pretty much.
That's what it is, man. I guess I don't know, man. I agree with you. I don't know what unless I guess the reason why people are so scared about this is because, let's be for real, a lot of us have done stuff in our life where we really and truly don't want that shit resurfacing, especially if you put on a certain persona or a certain light. Like, let's be for real. We know our mamas used to cuss. We knew we listen. My uncle is a bishop. And I'm gonna tell you right now, this is one of the reasons why Black people wait till the funeral to tell these goddamn stories. So the person who died does not have to explain shit. It's the truth. Yeah. You ever want to know who people really were in your family? Wait till they die. Wait till they die. And listen at the stories that come out. Listen at the stories that come out. My uncle, I heard some stories about him at his younger brother's funeral. I was like, what? I said, not him. As soon as I went to ask him about some of them stories, all of a sudden his hearing went. He was like, huh? Huh? What did you say? I was like, yeah, okay. Oh, man. Hey, man. Ladies, everybody has a past. Just hold on. Change is coming. Hey, man. Hey, once again, we want to wish my engineer a happy, happy birthday, man. Hopefully we don't find him on none of them goddamn tapes down there. For your host, I'm your host, Mr. Perspective, Doug Bennett. Man, we thank y'all for joining us. We will be back next week with a whole new show. Everything is going to be everything, always bringing comedy to the conversation, man. We love y'all and we are out. Peace.